Two. Hey guys, welcome back to the Amino Biohacks Podcast. Today we've got a very special guest, Camilla Mowbray. We're going to be chatting everything about female health, wellness. So Camilla, thanks for coming on and joining us today.
Hello. My pleasure.
Could you give the guys just a bit of a rundown how you got into fitness in the first place?
I've always loved keeping fit. At school, I was district champ for 800 meters. In fact, I was still, funny enough, my friend's little girl went to my old school, and I was still top of the leaderboard a couple of years.
You still got the record.
That was good.
Your claim to fame.
Yeah, always loved it.
Holding on to the school record.
Yeah, that's it. And then, yeah, I had an eating disorder, I guess, kind of over-exercising, under-eating.
What age was that?
Yeah, and
what
my
age?
gym instructor, Adrian, actually.
What age was that?
So I had quite a tough relationship. So must have been around 16. I had quite it was a hard relationship. He was quite dominating.
Yeah.
So I think it was a kind of a power thing for me. I needed to have some control on something in my life.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So exercise, and I loved the gym. It was kind of my little getaway. I used to go there, and yeah, but I just lost it. I did it all wrong. So I just ran and did cardio. You know how you think you want this body, but you're kind of going the wrong way about it.
I guess that's one of the things that's hard when you're young and you're quite driven, but you don't quite understand. You haven't understood, like, so you know what you want to achieve, but you don't quite know how to get there. And I guess
no, exactly. So you want this shape. I'm quite up and down. So just doing running and having to eat dust was never going to get me there. It's quite sad. So. But my gym instructor, Adrian, the guy who owned the gym, was kind of took me under his wing and said, we're going to put on some muscle. We called it fat-free mass, perfect for when you want to hear that. And I was like, yes, some shape. So I started weight training, and then that was it.
And was that around? So you had the eating disorder at the age of 16. What age did it really start like working with Adrian, and was that like a...
Well, it was probably around 16, so it was kind of started from 13 upwards, actually, as I turned a teenager. Got quite bad, down to about 5.5 stone. My mum was, I think by sort of 17, 18, yeah, my mum was in Brazil, and she came back and saw me and was like, cried. So she was like, come on. So that was a bit of an eye-opener for me. So then I realised, okay. I don't think I was ever going to go that bad. I think it was her reaction kind of made me think,
Just to delve into that a little bit further. So at the time, like, what was the psychology behind it? Was it just the fact that you wanted to be, looked at yourself in the mirror and you wanted to be in better shape, so you just never felt like it was good enough, or?
Yeah. I mean, it's body dysmorphia, I think, isn't it? But yeah, I wanted, as I said, I haven't got much shape. I'm straight. I've got very small hips. I wanted a certain look, and I thought cardio was going to get it for me, but yeah, it just didn't. So, and you have to eat so little.
Yeah.
I'm only 5'2", so your calories when you're
Yeah, you're half of me basically. So you get much less. Kind of gross.
It's not fair being a girl, I tell you.
So you jumped into the gym with Adrian, and it was basically learn how to eat properly, learn how to lift weights, and that was
weights, yeah.
And that was you kind of
protein, everything, yeah.
Awesome.
And then that just made me think, I want to do this. I was training, and I just love training as well. And someone said to me, he said, I really don't want to train today. And I was like, just think how you feel afterwards. And he was like, you should be a personal trainer. And I thought, okay. I was a beauty therapist at the time, but yeah. Really? So I
didn't know that. It's quite a shift, but
yeah. It's quite lonely, beauty therapy, I think. You're kind of in a room on your own all the time, with one other person. I think it's quite nice. The gym environment, I like it.
And so you got the bug. Did you do like level 3, like coaching on?
Yeah, I did the YMCA.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was great fun. Yeah, met some great people. It was great fun. Was it Great Russell Street? I did it up there.
Yeah.
And I did a few follow-on courses afterwards with the YMCA. But yeah, I even did exercise to music, funny enough. But
we might need the demo later just to keep everybody interested. Okay, cool. So you did the YMCA course, and then you kind of worked your way up through different gyms in London. Which one?
Yeah, I started at LA Fitness, London Wall.
Nice.
Met some amazing people
LA
there.
Fitness.
Those were the days. Yeah, trained with some amazing, like Sean Stafford, all of those.
The old guard.
Ben Claypole, who they both got a gym together. Yeah, Gavin Gillibrand, Ben White. Had some great people around me. Steve Timmins. Yeah, we had a good little when we all used to train together. You know, it was really good fun.
Do you think a lot of your learning came from being around those, like obviously the names that you're mentioning now, all people are super successful in the industry? Do you think that like you've picked up, like via osmosis, you've picked up information from those people?
Yeah, I think everyone, I mean, it's who you surround yourself with, isn't it? It's 100%. But I've all, you know, they used to love training legs with me, you know. So I'm a bit, you know,
militant.
I quite like
rocket.
I like to suffer a bit, you know.
And so you kind of started. So you went from LA Fitness, then just to finish off the journey.
Then I just went to Virgin Active for a bit, collected some clients. Probably shouldn't say that. And then and then I went to the Vault. Yeah. So
yeah. And that's where I Vault. That's where we.
Yeah.
And that was that your last posting in town, or are you still there, or?
Yeah, so obviously with the break, I then had I had a baby, and yeah, so I left, and I was planning to move abroad actually, but it didn't work out and all of that. So I moved back to Berkhamsted. So I've got a toe in London and here as well, you know. I'm kind of
out of London. It's probably the
best. It's not, you got the best of both worlds. Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm planning on being at the Vault a bit longer. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And so do you mind if we talk about the pregnancy and training in pregnancy a little bit?
Yeah.
Give us maybe a bit of a rundown of what that's like, or for anybody who's doing it for the first time, like what advice and guidance you'd have, or?
100% listen to your body. I mean, I used to love like explosive stuff, but as soon as I got pregnant, it was like I was weighted to the floor.
It's like
the jumping, anything like that. It was like in my brain was like, no, don't jump. You know, all of these things. You got to think about your body stretching. I mean, up until you're kind of showing, you're kind of okay. It's pointless doing ab crunches, things like that. But I think whatever you're doing, as long as you're breathing, maybe doing about 60% effort of what you're used to, I think it's absolutely fine. Things like twisting is not ideal.
Yeah.
Ab crunches pointless because you've already stretched. You know, relaxing's being released, but and just being aware of the relaxing as well. So overstretching and things like that. But yeah, I kind of think as long as you're not starving oxygen to the vein, making sure you can breathe, taking rests when you need to. Yeah. I mean, that's
what I've understood, isn't it? Like the two things from my limited understanding of it is nothing above the head, obviously, because that can increase blood pressure down and starve oxygen, and nothing laying on your back. Would that be?
Yeah, I think to a certain point.
Yeah.
You can do like inclined, you can use cables, you can do things like that, but it's more for the point of like doing planks and things. If you're doing really heavy, if you've got a big bump, imagine the pressure on sorry. Imagine the pressure on your abdominals and things like that, you know, like I was doing pull-ups, I think quite late into my pregnancy, because I still had a six-pack at 24 weeks.
Yeah.
But some people show much quicker, and you would feel a tightness, and anything that made it, I could feel a sort of down my abdominals. I'd feel if I did you know, with the bilateral brace and things like that, you'd feel your abs and stuff, and you'd be like, oh, better not do that, you know. So you just kind of.
And would you say if somebody was nervous, would you say it's good for them to get a trainer and have somebody to guide them through the process?
100%, yeah. And things like working on, like being practical, thinking about what you're going to be doing when you have the baby's going to be heavy. I mean, I was so thankful I was so strong, you know. It's like you're carrying a baby around all the time, you know. You've got to carry the car seat around, you've got to pick the baby, your shoulders, your biceps, your back, especially breastfeeding. When you're in this position,
fitness, isn't it?
Yeah, when you're in this position, breastfeeding, you're like, oh my goodness, afterwards, like just things like that you've got to work on, you know.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's really helpful. That's really good advice. So we've kind of been through your journey. We kind of know. So you got the fitness bug. You've learned a lot from the people you've been around. What's your kind of main? So what type of customers, what type of clients have you got at the minute? Like, what are people looking to do? What's the main?
I've got a variety. I think it's just important. You have to meet people as they are, don't you? You have to understand that no one is a robot. Everyone's different. And it's understanding what that person needs. I mean, I try to get it so that all my clients eventually will, a little bit of what I, will rub off on them, they'll love what they do, enjoy the process rather than always looking at the outcome, So enjoy going to the gym, enjoy training, it's going to be hard, but then coming out of it feeling like, oh, I'm proud of myself. I've lifted heavy today. I've beat my total, or I couldn't do that, a couple of months ago, just silly things. But looking at it as it's not just, don't just keep thinking, I want to lose weight. Just think, I enjoy going to the gym. I'm going to lift heavy today, or I'm going to,
It's kind of like about trying to integrate and make it part of your lifestyle, just like you brush your teeth, I guess, isn't it? So that it's not.
Yeah, absolutely. It needs to be a habit, doesn't it?
Not something that you hate doing. You have to find that sport or exercise or training modality that you really enjoy, so that then it just becomes part of your lifestyle, and then everything else is underneath. Yeah, no, definitely. And what kind of what are the main issues and problems that you'll see with people? Is it backs? Is it like kind of musculoskeletal problems? Or you're such a good trainer that you don't have any?
For me, for my clients, yeah?
For the clients.
Yeah, so, just generally posture is one, isn't it? People are so, they're sitting at a desk, and all of this, or, no one lifts their arms up past here. What else?
And let's go into posture. So with postural stuff, so I guess everybody's desk bound, occupational health. Obviously people are sat like 8 hours a day at their desk working away. So what type of stuff are you doing with them? Is it like, do you incorporate like mobility into your training, into your lifting?
It's important to do some mobility and kind of get them in a good starting position when they start training, isn't it? Because, they've been in this position. You want to train your muscles how you want them to look, don't you? You don't want to be starting off like this. Kind of open them out. Yeah.
And say you had a customer who came in and was a bit like you, wanted to be strong, wanted to be athletic, wanted to be lean. Like, what type of program would you advise? Like, what kind of program would you put them in onto?
Well, you have to kind of think where they're starting from, really.
So they're starting from basics. Say they're starting from big basics.
Yeah, so, breathing and your, working on their core, making sure they're strong. You're only as strong as your weakest. You can't if you've got a wobbly core and you're not very strong, you're never going to get some power through it, are you? You can't generate force. So, for one thing for me is when I started, I was really, doing a lot of core-based stuff first, and I think that's really helped me I'm only little, but I'm pretty strong. I really think it is down to having a strong foundation. That's
a really good piece of advice for anybody listening. So, like, say you've done no gym, or and you're just starting out, like starting with the types of trunk exercises that you might see around, like what people traditionally call core exercises, are a fantastic place for you to begin. And exactly as Camilla says, this idea that if your spine is strong, the central pillar of your body, then it allows you to do all the other fancy stuff. And I think, would you agree that's quite a common area?
100%. Yeah.
If somebody's untrained, then that's probably what they should start off looking at. And so with the training days, how often would you have people like doing your workouts?
At the moment, very, very little, because obviously it's been no gyms, and I've got my kids all the time.
Theoretically, we're in normal times. Like, what would you have the guys in, like lifting 2-3 times a week, or?
Yes. I mean, twice is. I mean, generally it's twice a week, and you get them to do another one by themselves, unless they've obviously got the time and they can go with 3 times. It's depends if you want to be a Ford or a Ferrari, doesn't it? If they can train by themselves, it's that, and they need a bit of help, once a week is fine, but generally people do need a bit of a push. So I think, 2 or 3 times is ideal.
Do you get the guys doing conditioning, or is it mainly weights based, or do you try and incorporate a bit of both?
Mainly weights based for sort of 45 minutes or 40 minutes, and then we'll do a bit of a condition at the end, just to people quite like that, you just get the heart rate up at the end, blast them. But it just depends on the person, if someone's quite depends how active they are out of the session as well. Some people are just, their steps are so, they're just doing nothing. I try and get people to send me their steps at the end of the day, and some people are doing sort of 2,000 a day, which is kind of,
I might be one of those people.
Shocking. Sonny even asked me now, he loves it. Sonny loves it. He goes, Mum, how many steps have we done today?
I guess what we're implying here is this idea that it's not just the work that you're doing in the gym. I guess it's
absolutely
everything around it. It's trying to be active, like whether it's going for walks at the weekend or cycling or finding kind of
100%. It's an hour of your day. It's virtually nothing.
Are you
weight training is, I think personally, if you want to change anything, if you want to do anything, weight training over cardio in your session is 100% for shaping your body, and then through the rest of the day, try and get some steps, at least 8,000, and then anything above that.
So for anybody starting out, even do you use the wearables? Like, what technology do you use? It just count on your phone, or what do you use?
I think because it's obviously not 100% accurate, you just want a base, don't you? And then anything above that, you've got something to go from. So if people haven't got the money for a Fitbit, things like that, go off your phone, but you're going to have your phone with you all the time.
You use the Fitbit, is that the one? I'm not big on wearables.
But they're not 100% accurate. People look at it, even things when you're, I've got a My Zone to train with, and it's not 100% accurate at all. It's like, but it's something to gauge off, so how hard you're working or not.
It's better than nothing.
But it just gives you a starting point. So if you're, God, I haven't really walked much today. I'm going to try and hit those steps a bit. It's important, I think, just to kind of be able to track a little bit. Otherwise, you don't know where you are, do you?
If you can't measure, you can't manage, right? And the old.
That's it.
Yeah.
100%.
Awesome.
I mean, before, pre-Sunny, I was walking so much. I mean, I never tracked anything. I didn't track my food. I intuitively ate. But I think that's quite difficult for the majority of the public. If you've got eating, for me, I track now my food, but then I do find that I will eat up to exactly those calories, even when I'm not necessarily hungry. And I think when I would eat intuitively, I probably would have stopped a little bit,
Interesting.
a bit before, but it's kind of, so it can work both ways.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think if you are someone that does struggle with portion control, you don't know what you're eating too much, I think tracking just for a month is good. It's an eye opener. You realize that, oh my God, that porridge I was having was like three or four portions worth. Yeah. It's quite sad, actually. You see it and you're like, oh, is that a portion?
No, definitely. I think what we're kind of getting to the point here is that it's sometimes about re-educating yourself. Like everything we do is all habits, isn't it? And I guess we all learn our habits from our parents, and we can slide into bad habits that we don't even realize over time, right? And I guess it's this idea, like what you're saying, what Camilla's saying, is this idea of like re-education, like taking the time and using the technology that's available to it. It's not going to solve all your problems, but it's going to help you on your journey to becoming the version of you that you want to be, that you're kind of driven to be. So I guess use the tools out there, whether it's Fitbit, whether it's MyFitnessPal or Lifesum or any of these other types of kind of fit technologies. Use them. They're not the word of God, but they can obviously help you on your journey. So I think that's really, really, really great points there you've made. So, and let's go into some of the female health stuff. So if you can give maybe some of the guys a rundown of like things that you work on with your female clients, things like kind of challenges and problems that you faced and how you solved them, any glaring.
Well, generally, women and men are different in the fact that they like to train. Women are more legs, I think, glutes, they want a nice butt. And whereas men just love training, chest and biceps, it's a shirt workout, isn't it? Like on a Friday, the amount of guys I used to train would be like, give me a pub workout so, they can get the pump on. But with women, I think we just want nice, strong legs, a perky bum.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's generally.
And what's your go-to exercises for that? Is it reverse lunges? Is it what's your?
I tell you, our hip thrust is good. Hip thrusts. I mean, when I added those in, was it LA Fitness when I started doing those? And no one was doing them then. So it was quite a big thing. Everyone was like, oh, what's she doing? What's she doing?
The pioneer, the hip thrust pioneer.
Well, I'm sure I wasn't. But yeah, hardly anyone was doing them then. I started doing them and they made a big difference in all my lifts and everything. And yeah, they're great. I think I do love a Bulgarian. I just do. I love a Bulgarian. All single leg stuff. Yeah, reverse lunges. But yeah, everyone's different and everyone feels them differently, don't they? It works different for everyone. Yeah. But yeah, a single leg exercise is good because you can feel it all the way around, can't you? But yeah, hip thrust.
That's your
reverse hyper is good.
You heard it here. So the hip thrust, single leg work, and Bulgarian as well, the Bulgarian variations. So what type of nutrition stuff do you do with the guys? Just kind of following on from that, with females, what's different with nutrition with females, would you say?
Well, it's also depends. It depends what they like. You can't really. It's no one fits.
Yeah.
It's no one size fits all, does it? I mean, I've got a couple of. It's a bit of a nightmare to begin with because people go on these terrible diets, and someone, I've got one, I won't mention her name, but she loves carbs, just loves carbs.
Yeah.
But she keeps going on the keto, and then every time I speak to her, I'm like, how's your food gone? And she's like, oh, I fell off, I had about 6 bits of loaves of bread, loads of bananas. I'm just like, why do you do, and you can't be there all the time and tell them, but you give them guidance and you say, look, this is what's going to really work for you. This is what I would recommend. But yeah, she's, every week she's trying to find a new one to go on. I'm just like, look, you just need to just eat. I think tracking for her would be the best, but it's tracking for most people. I think you just don't make anything a bad food. I know everyone said it, but it's our natural instinct to want what we can't have with everything, isn't it? And when it's forbidden, you just want it. So I think everything in moderation. Like I love gin. I have gin, like not all the time, but I do love a gin, and it's relaxing, it's nice, and you can fit that in if you're just consider it with the rest of your calorie intake. Yeah.
So I guess it's this idea.
Lots of vegetables, I say, and proteins. It's making sure you hit your protein and lots of vegetables with your protein.
Yeah.
And then you can play about with your carbs and fats depending on what your preference is.
Yeah. So you're saying a base of fiber and protein, and then
Yeah.
kind of picking and choosing your carb intake and kind of fitting that in around. Like, would you ever with the person that kind of overeats on carbs, would you get them to try and eat them around working out, or?
Yes, absolutely. Also, with women, around your cycle as well.
Yeah.
You know, the first 2 weeks. So you've got basically, there's 4 different phases, but you look at them as 2, follicular and luteal. And one is you can have carbs, so you can have higher carbohydrates. So you would have more, maybe train harder, you know, more volume in your workouts and utilize carbohydrates. And then your second half, which is where you hold a bit of water, unfortunately, you go more on fat.
Yeah.
Work off fat more.
And I think that's a really great point. This is what I was trying to highlight. I think is this idea that obviously carbohydrate is burnt the level of heart rate that you have. So obviously the higher the heart rate, the higher the amount of carbohydrate you need. So trying to do sprint-based or power-based activities on keto or low carbohydrate diet is a recipe for success, right? And Camilla's hit the nail on the head here. This idea that understanding your cycle and understanding which phase you're in, educating yourself, allows you to then plan and organize your training and your nutrition
Absolutely.
around those segments, and having, again, it's just about being a little bit prepared and a little bit organized to really make the most of your training and make the most of your nutrition.
Yeah, when you're ovulating, PRs. That's it. Go heavy.
Awesome. I'm gonna have that as the title of the video. Actually, I think that's awesome. What about supplementation for females? Anything you advise, or any tips or tricks? Nothing.
So vitamin D, I don't think it's just, I think for everyone, vitamin D is a great one. With, magnesium, zinc.
You do like,
what else? Fish oils.
Magnesium, or do you do
unless you're eating it, you know, unless you get enough of your food.
Yeah.
Vitamin C.
Yeah.
Unless you're obviously, but generally, I think those are the best.
Okay, awesome. So that's a nice stack there. So Vit D, magnesium. Do you do Epsom salt baths? Do you ever do those?
I don't actually, but
you do.
Yeah, I probably should do more. I can't really get in a bath without my child at the moment. So
right.
As soon as I'm in there, he's like, there's a load of bath toys get flung in, and
rubber ducky and
a little leg gets in. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to take too much more of your time, because we've been on for 20-25 minutes now. So kind of the future, like if there's one kind of main tip or trick or piece of advice that you'd have for all of your clients that you want them to take away from kind of working with you, what would that be? Like, what's your main philosophy? Like, one takeaway, piece of advice?
Just enjoy the process. 100%. Just enjoy being in the now, what you're doing now. Don't keep, obviously you've got your goals and you've got to have those, visualize your goals, but also enjoy where you are now, love yourself now at every stage. And just don't go in there thinking about calories. Go in there and think about, just enjoy lifting, getting stronger.
Definitely.
Improving.
Think about the bigger picture.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to find out more information or get training sessions from you, like, are you on social media? Where can people get hold of you? Do you have a website?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram as Camilla Mowbray PT.
Okay. We'll put a link just below in the comment section. So if anybody if you want to get hold of Camilla, you can get hold of her on Instagram. She's a fabulous trainer, and you can connect through there. Guys, if you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button. It really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. Also hit subscribe and the notification bell as well. So when we put more videos out, you'll get you'll get notifications. So Camilla, thanks for coming on. We'll hopefully get you on again.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Love chatting. All right, speak to you soon.
Right. Bye.